What's good, everybody? Welcome back. I appreciate y'all for clicking on this video, and I'm gonna try my best not to waste y'all time, but if I do, I apologize. Today we're gonna be talking about the strongest high school player of all time. I'm talking about this guy was literally a grown man going against some little boys. My subscribers consist of different age groups, so if I was to make my subscribers vote on who was the strongest and most dominant high school player ever, I would probably get two different answers. For the younger crowd, they would most likely vote Zion Williamson hands down. And for the older subscribers, they would most likely say LeBron James. You know, it's always constant debates between older and younger generations. They just want to prove that they're superior, but that's a different topic for another day. The reality is that LeBron James and Zion Williamson were bullying little kids when they were in high school, and they continue to do it to this day. But believe it or not, there was actually a high school player that was stronger than the both of them. And even though you probably never heard of him, he was considered the strongest high school player of all time. His name is JerryBaptiste. Now, I know my mans might not look like it, but at the time, he was still in high school. This was about 6 or 7 years ago, so it's safe to say that he graduated by now. We're going to be talking about what happened to his career and where he is now. For all my new subscribers, make sure that you let me know that you're new down in the comments. I'm most likely gonna see it. And if I don't, just DM me on Instagram and let me know. But enough of all that talking, let's get right into this video. JerryBaptiste was a part of that high school class of 2015. And that graduating class was stacked. A lot of those players who graduated with him are some of the young NBA players that are dominating the league today. They had players like Ben Simmons, who was literally a three-pointer away from being an MVP. Another player that was in the class of 2015 is Brandon Ingram. Brandon Ingram is a guy with a lot of potential that can become a franchise player. And Jaylen Brown, a player who is becoming a primary scoring option. There's just so many good players that came from that class of 2015. So I could be naming people all video, but that's not the point. I'm just trying to let y'all know that there was so much attention on these other players, so that's probably the reason that JerryBaptiste slipped under the radar. It was just too much competition. That's probably why you never heard of him until this video. And plus, he is not originally from the USA. He came over from Haiti when he was 15 years old. Now, I don't know what high school y'all went to, but when I was in high school, every 15-year-old that I knew was scrawny. I don't know what they was feeding this guy, but they need to drop the formula ASAP. We could all be getting to the NBA. But just imagine being in high school and you match up against a guy that looks like he could already be in the NBA. That's just unfortunate, man. I bet he destroyed a lot of kids' hoop dreams. Being 7 feet tall and weighing over 250 pounds, there wasn't anybody banging with him down in the paint. It's impossible. In most of these highlights, he is bigger than everyone on the court. But in some cases, you can see a defender that's his size. And he's just throwing them around too. Just by looking at his high school highlights, I can tell that he probably just started to pick up a basketball, because his movements on the court was a little unorthodox. It's kind of hard to explain. I can just tell. If you know, you know. But he has a crazy work ethic. And he came to the US for a better education. And no college coach was going to deny him a spot on their team. So that was a free full ride scholarship for him, which was the main goal. By the time his senior year in high school came around, he was averaging a double-double with 10 points and 10 rebounds. And he added in 3 blocks a game. He had a couple big schools trying to offer, but he eventually chose to play for Vanderbilt University. He had redshirted during the 2015 to 2016 season, so he didn't touch the floor at all. But during the 2017 through 2018 season, he eventually came back, but he barely got any playing time. He averaged about 8 minutes a game. And it was basically the same results the following season after that. Even though he was able to get a couple more minutes a game, he didn't have the best stats. He was more focused on his studies, and he was able to finish his undergrad in 3 years. But unlike most college students, he went back to get his master's degree, so he transferred to the University of Massachusetts. He played there for the 2018 to 2019 season, and the 2019 to 2020 season. It was basically the same results. In my opinion, he really just used basketball as a tool to help him achieve his goals. I don't think he ever had NBA dreams, honestly. His plan was to get a good education and become a diplomat for his country, and now he is one step closer to that goal. But that wraps up this video. I have a lot of future videos that no one on YouTube has done yet. So if y'all want me to drop those videos ASAP, leave as many likes on this video as possible. I be getting unmotivated at times, but if I see that y'all really feeling the videos, then I'll push through it. Peace.
Still in the hood. And I ain't explaining what's already understood. Masking all this pain so I be flaming all this wood. Send that Mac came with a frame in case a nigga wish he would. And for my brother Keyo, I get lethal. With the glizzy I get evil, shoot through the peephole. I done lost so many people, their life was repo. Rest in peace my nigga G, Tuck neighborhood hero. I'm gon' ball for my niggas, that's my mans. And I'm gon' ball for my niggas in the can.